good afternoon. Just thought it'd be a good idea to walk through progress on the putting green project now that most of the bulk of the work's done, and I can now talk through what's left to be done and what sort of time scales we can expect things to be done in. So the next part of the project is going to be prepping all the access paths for our rubber crumb blinder material. I've just secured the installation date of the 4th of March for that, so all these paths will be prepped with wood, and the rubber crumb will be installed. Charles is just over here fixing the bank, which unfortunately washed out last week due to the torrential rain. So we had 40 mil of rain in pretty much 3-4 hours, so unfortunately this area is washed out, but the rest of it's knitting in well, and I'm confident that once we get it to grow and leave it long, that any future storms won't be an issue. In here, this is where the practice nets are going to go. Going on a field trip tomorrow with James to look at some nets at Royal Wimbledon and the Berkshire, and then we're going to build our own bespoke nets with oak beams, and then we're going to hang our own nets, and then we're going to have a rubber crumb base to it, which will be sloped, and all the balls will come back to your feet, save you chasing them down the hill. Moving on to the green itself, very pleased with the progress so far. The mild and wet weather has had its benefits, so we've had 3 cuts on this so far, and last week before the rain we managed to get some light top dressing on it. That will continue between now and opening. Getting a lot of questions of when the green will open. For the moment I'm going to say May. If we get a great spring it could be earlier, if we get a poor spring it may be later, but for the moment I'm very pleased with the density and the quality of the turf growing in. Moving over to our starters hut, Tim's doing an excellent job building our new starters hut, which looks fantastic. So he's halfway through the roof, and then it's all plumbed in for water, electricity, comms. It's going to have internet on it. We're going to have a drinks station posted on this wall here, so you can come and fill your bottles up once it's all done. And again, more rubber crumb path coming through here, which will be excellent. The tee as well has had 3 cuts so far. Again, pleased with how that's growing in. We should have no issues having that open probably first week in April for the first meadow. So very, very pleased with that. Again, moving on to these paths, these will all be prepped, ready for blinder installation 4th of March. We do have one issue down the right hand side of the tee. Yeah, once we removed the rhododendrons, we've discovered a bit of a swamp, and the problem is, in order to get a drain in, we would need to cut the roots of this tree and cut the roots of these trees. So in order for us to stay above the law, we put an application in to BCP, which has been in for 9 weeks now. So hopefully we should hear anything. We should hear some feedback in the coming days. Once these trees are out, we can then put a drain in, which will run all the way up into the back, and then we can start building up this area and install the path. So the path's going to continue on from where the digger is, round over the wet patch, and then there'll be a drain running tight against this fence, and then we're going to continue that fence. It's going to run all the way up to the end of our property line, and then we're going to put some heathland planting on the golf course side. So Continuing on now onto the carry, the boys are just finishing off patching in the fescue turf, so this should be done in the next couple of days. And as you can see down here where the digger is, Paul Cooper's doing a fantastic job of prepping for the blinder path. So again, you can see the boards are placed in, then we bring it up, pack in the type 1, and then leave it 50 mil below the height of the boards, and then the rubber crumb will be installed in March. So very, very happy with progress. It's going to look fantastic come spring, and we're still ahead of schedule, but with a few minor issues to fix. So hopefully that's kept you up to date with what's happening. Progress is a wee bit slower now, the bulk of the work's done. So thank you for listening.